Pak Gulit and Pak Wawan. Let me read questions from Pak Gulit first. It's addressed to Dr. Ruani. Yeah. It's actually interesting to discuss about the phenomena regarding sociolinguistics. However, it seems to be quite problematic to us, at Polytechnic Negeri Jember to enter that area, especially in conducting research, due to the assumption that the area is not that relevant to vocational context. Okay, probably Dr. Ruani could give us more insights related to this. Excuse me, Dr. Ruani, would you please unmute your audio?
All right, yeah, sorry, yeah. No, actually, my first contact with friends and colleagues in Jember were more than 10 years ago. I have been in Jember many times, actually, or Jakarta many times because of a Temasek funded project on capability building. So I've been working with many of your colleagues in Jember, in Malang, in Salatiga, in Jakarta, on professional communication. And actually 2 days ago, I was asked to talk about the same project which I directed because of its relevance to the dual programs that we are talking about, of how to work together with the industries. So here we're talking about how, for example, to harness communication skills, in context of intercultural communication. So there is, I mean, I can talk longer than this, but there is definitely, a huge source of, research for this, because we have been, if I'm not mistaken, colleagues in the institutions in Indonesia with whom we work have developed their curricula or have revised their curricula because of this as well. I think there was a reference at the start during the opening ceremonies of soft skills, for example. I think soft skills are extremely important nowadays. How you can't, you need to communicate with people. Whatever results you have, whatever content and information and knowledge you have, and to be able to communicate, it's not just simply the right information that you need, but how you communicate is very important as well. And that goes with, working with industries as well.
Okay, right. So hopefully it answers your question, Pak Gulit. And we've also got the second question from Bapak Adriano Fawan. It's related to translingual dispositions that Dr. Ruani previously explained to us. He asks one question: what are the implications of today's EFL curriculum when we talk about translingual disposition, which embrace students' languages, dialects, and accents in the classroom? And then, what should we do when we teach our students and when we develop our curriculum for our teaching and learning?
Okay, just very quickly in this, because there are also quite a number of ways to deal with this. But I can, for example, talk about contrastive analysis in the classroom, whereby you tap into the structures of the students' language or languages and use that as a way to contrast with the structures of English. Because what research has shown is that if students are able to distinguish between different structures, they actually learn English more. They actually learn English faster because they get to reflect more on the differences. So when our students are able to say, for example, in my language, we say it this way, and in English, we say it this way, chances are, or research has shown, that there is more learning of English. So it's more about embracing. It's not about changing, the focus, but just to embrace whatever the students have and use them as resources for teaching English.
Yes.
There are more, but that's one, contrastive analysis.
Probably later, Pak Wawan can have more discussion with Dr. Ruani.
Oh, we have always had for more than a decade.
Oh, that's great.
He's a very good friend of mine.
That's great. Yeah. Okay, yeah. Dr. Ruani, we have one more question to go. Well, actually, I have my own question, but let me just give the chance to our participant. This is a question from Bapak Petrus Andung, how is the impact of translingual disposition due to the existence of P-pop towards the preservations of the local culture of the Filipino? Is there any impact on the way of communication style of the Filipino youth, both in their communication online or their regular communication?
Well, I guess as what I said, as the example that I gave is basically one impact, which is to just simply let go of this whole idea of different languages as barriers to communication, but these different languages as ways to communicate, right? And one of the things that also came out in this in online is this whole debate about Philippine languages as dialects, because historically the Philippine languages, because of colonialism, have been referred to simply as dialects, and so this is a lower value of just talking about these languages as dialects, as looking down on them. So during this whole discussion, it's basically going back to this whole idea of basically treating these languages as dialects, basically. Um, Another thing is just something along that line, but not really directly to it. But the ones that the boy group were using, the batik style, which is actually something from Mindanao. It's interesting because they actually started using it, the batik, the selling, the marketing of batik, the local batik has actually also gone up. The orders have gone up. So I guess you mentioned tourism, economy also comes into the picture. So they all come together. Your respect for promotion of languages can also promotion of cultures, but at the same time also promotion of local material and products will also come into the picture.
Right. Probably it also previously, Pa Arif mentioned that his children are fans of BTS, and in the past we never know, we didn't know anything about K-pop, and nowadays, because of their massive promotion, then people tend to start to know more about K-pop and then Korean, and also food and its culture. And like Dr. Rwani mentioned previously, yes, I agree that the preservation of culture is here actually done by the group, yeah, when they get more famous, and then it can help with the preservation of the culture itself. Okay, thank you very much, Dr. Yurwani, for answering the questions from the participants. And later, probably I would like to post my question to Pak Wawan, and then let him ask you, because oh, this is the one remark from Pak Adria Dimonovawan. K-pop, P-pop, and the next will be I-pop, Indonesian pop. Well, probably, we hope so, Pak Wawan.
Okay.
Okay, thank you. Next is